Austin's Town Lake Animal Center is seeing a kitten population explosion. They say this usually is the time of year where they see the most kitten litters, but this year is worse than usual. They're making an urgent call for foster homes to take care of these tiny cats that don't thrive in the shelter. Well, the numbers are astonishing. According to one estimate, between 1.5 and 2 million feral cats roam the greater Austin area. As the wildcats breed, those numbers climb ever higher, creating terrible problems for the human beings that live in their midst.
But humans in one South Austin neighborhood are working together to benefit everyone involved, including the stray cats. KXAN's Jim Swift has this special in-depth report.
Robert Mayberry is a veteran gardener at the South Austin Community Garden. Beyond his plot, the garden's orchard area is home to an estimated 30 or so feral cats.
I've always been happy they're here. Because, you know, we do our composting up here, and there's going to be some rodents that are going to be attracted to that.
But there are not enough mice and rats to feed that many garden cats, and one new resident in the Austin Housing Authority public housing complex just across the garden fence was horrified when she saw the animal.
Come on! The second night, I had made a bunch of rice, and it was too much, and the next day I brought it out to give to the birds. And that evening I noticed some really skinny, starving cats just eating that rice like it was the best thing they'd ever seen. You gonna let me? Come on.
So Christy Bush started feeding the cats herself, not realizing her lease prohibited feeding off-site animals.
Somebody around here told on me, and I had a note on the door saying that it violates the lease to feed the cats, to feed any outdoor animals. But I can't let things starve.
Well, I'm talking about fleas, we're talking about diseases, we're talking about feces. There's animals can become aggressive. So there's lots of different things that happen when you've got wild animals on your property.
They're a nuisance. I don't really like them, you know.
Some neighbors back up the housing authority's position.
I understand the lady loves the cats, but feeding them is not helping. The more you feed them, the more they come around.
I thought when I got to this place, I would be living here because I'm disabled, and I'd probably be living here the rest of my life. But it's too stressful. Come on, big puss.
So Bush decided to move out, but she worries deeply about what will happen to the cats.
Without food, these guys are in trouble.
For help, Bush turned to the Austin Humane Society, which sent out 2 volunteer trappers.
I really feel sorry for these homeless cats.
The volunteers capture the cats, take them to a clinic to be neutered and vaccinated, and then return them to the garden.
To me, that's the most important part of the whole situation.
The gardeners pitched in too, offering to open their orchard to the Humane Society trappers and even to take over the responsibility for feeding and watering the cats.
I don't like cats, but just because I don't like them don't mean she can't like them. So I respect the fact of her feelings.
In the end, everyone cooperated, including the Salvation Army, which owns the land.
It's great to see that the community is actually, taking to heart the fact of being able to take care of one another. People have good hearts still, People have good hearts.
In South Austin, Jim Swift, KXAN Austin News.
And there may be more trouble for the feral cats down the road. A sale of the garden land is pending. And if that deal goes through, the cats' habitat will be bulldozed for a condominium development. Meantime, if you'd like to participate in the Humane Society's Trap, Neuter, Return program, you can learn how to sign up through a link at KXAN.com. Just check out this story on the local